and try to prepare.
Okay, great. I'm very happy that we can talk, and I hope that it will also help you to summarize kind of everything.
Yeah, and it really has been a help. I think there has been a few like actually all last weekend. But having the tools to solve out, and it really has confirmed the idea of am I valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So like in different situations, we have this huge massive like organization changes at work, and they're going to fire some 40 people and so on.
Oh.
And so it's some kind of emotional pain there also, but yeah, it has been really a good tool.
Mm-hmm. So since this video will be watched, I hope by many people who want to find a way out of this situation with tense inside, I just wanted to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. Could you just say several words about yourself and where you're from and your interest and your life in general?
Well, I'm Ylva. I'm living in Helsinki, Finland. So it's the capital city of Finland. And I'm interior architect, and I'm working with shops and the concept design for shops. I love nature. I love to be out in the mornings looking, and it's really incredible to think that I'm living about 20 minutes from the center of Helsinki, and being able to just get out there in the nature. So yeah, that's a great thing. And I have two passions, I think, or maybe three, but that's mountains and cats. I love to trek, and well, I'm living with a wonderful cat, Tiger. He was the prince of the woods before he moved in at my place. So he was a wild cat, and he just found me and moved in here. And yes, my trekking has taken me to Kilimanjaro and Mount Everest base camp. So, and I have a secret ambition or dream to reach 6,000 meter, a 6,000 meter mountain before 60 or when I'm 60 years old. So I have still a few years to train. I'm 54 at the moment. So maybe that's some basics.
Great. Thank you very much, Ilva. And how did you happen to start looking for the help in the area of emotional pain, and how did you find me? Why did you decide to turn?
Well, I think I'm quite a positive person, and I've studied myself both life coaching, and I'm very familiar with positive psychology. But I'm also a master of avoiding conflicts. So the basic point, I think, was to handle grief from the past, that I start to look out for someone to help me.
Mm-hmm. I see. And how you said that you are the person who tend to avoid conflict. So does it also mean that you were avoiding painful experiences in general?
Yes, everything. If there is a conflict, I was a master of avoiding or slipping out of the situation. So yes.
And how did this style of processing your emotional pain was reflecting on your life and your health, maybe? So what happened? What was happening to you because of this?
Well, I mentioned I might have a third passion, or I could rather say that I had. I used to run marathons, and I love running. But I ran into problems. Actually, I have done 10 of the marathons, and at the age of 49, I had my best time running in Berlin. And after that, I ran into health problems. So both my feet broke down, basically. It's plantaris fasciitis. It's quite a common problem, but I get it very severe, and it's kind of an inflammation in the thick tissue under the foot, and it caused a lot of pain. So I started to look for treatments, and for 4 years I've been trying out almost everything you can imagine in that way. And this spring I found a physiotherapist who he basically kind of manipulates the fascia. And even before this, there was it seems like the problem is in my back, like between the shoulder blades, and grief is said to be stored up there. So when he was manipulating this area, I just started to cry, and I was quite amazed, like, what is this about? And I learned that the muscle has the muscle can just store up undealt pain. So yeah, it seems like all these problems that actually comes out from avoiding pain, emotional pain. So yeah, it affected my health.
I see what you're talking about. And how is it different now for you? How is it, what are the ways you're dealing with pain now? So what has changed?
I think I got tools to not run away, not try to avoid, but really, I guess it's more I call it a tool, but maybe more a thinking process. Running into emotional pain, there is a lot of feelings also. So this thinking process, it gives me a structure to confront it, or to meet the pain in the situation, and not be brought away about with the emotion. Mm-hmm. So just what's different, it's I dare to stop, I dare to face it, to feel it, and see what's behind.
Mm-hmm. So you've been a runner for the long period of your life, and you've been running from pain. But now you can allow yourself to actually stop running from pain, and
yeah, that's true,
and kind of see it face to face.
True.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, your first the question that you were seeking the answer for was about the grief of the loss. But as far as I was in this process together with you, I saw that it was not just loss that you got help with. You really had a chance to kind of implement it in different areas of your life. So can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, I think just when we started off, I think it was the first session, you mentioned a parable about the waterfall. And having running away for all my life, I love the parable that walking through this waterfall and getting out on the other side was actually the invitation. And now thinking back on this, actually walking through a waterfall is refreshing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like, so why not go there?
Right, it's not gonna kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it not necessarily will be all pleasant, but it's still needed for us to see the outer world.
I think that was kind of a aha moment for me, like, oh, I get out on the other side. and I really loved it, the idea. And I think, as you said, that there is a secret when stopping and letting staying in the moment, or staying in the emotional pain. I think this is almost magic. If you haven't been in the situation, it might be hard to explain, but every time there pops up a sentence, it seems like this. What's actually the problem? Like the problem might not be the problem, but there is something behind, if you call it a lie or a way of thinking that isn't accurate. And to be able to see that, it's really when this waterfall comes in, because it's refreshing to see, okay, this is what I really believe deep, we're talking now very deep inside you. And it also causes you to act according to that. But when you see what's actually behind it, it sets you free in a way, or it refreshes you, and you are able to renew the belief. But I think also, as you said, that you can start out on one point, as for me was the grief. Somebody just gave me the key, like, hey, you have some problems here. But actually going through that to see it's about emotional pain or difficult situation, and to really end up in finding something totally different. For me, it was very the sentence that, am I valuable? And how much that, if I don't believe I'm valuable, how much it reflects all my life. Still, I think before we started up, I felt like, well, I'm happy running away. But it's a huge, I think, gift in life, that you can take life as it comes and to be able to face it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's very interesting. I remember how I was telling you this parable, and I really love this parable. I say, I don't know how I came to this metaphor about this process of pain, but
it was perfect.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of tell it now a little bit, so people, so those who are watching, they would understand what I'm talking about. So when we process our emotional pain in unhealthy way, I should say probably this, it's like we're stuck in this dark, wet cave, and the only way to go to the outer world and to see all this beauty and to enjoy life to the full is to go through the waterfall that covers the exit from this cave. So it's like, to get free of this emotional pain, we really need to allow ourselves to be courageous enough to go through this pain and to allow ourselves to actually experience it, because it's the only way to be free of it, to go to the other side. And yes, maybe during this process we're going to get wet. So actually, but still it's totally worth it, because this life that we are kind of holding ourselves from, keeping this pain stored inside, is so beautiful that and actually it was our original gift, this life with its full colors and all this different beautiful feelings. So the only way to actually embrace life is to go through this pain, and on the way we can also see ourselves for who we really are, and to actually this waterfall can also cleanse us from all these false and superficial things that really not letting us be and feel the way we actually are. So yes, I also really love this metaphor. I can think about it the whole day. When I'm thinking about it, I'm reminded of I actually visited once this the the caves in the Israel, the En Gedi, it's when the David who wrote the Psalms, he was hiding there, and there were waterfalls and caves. And when I actually, every time I'm telling this parable, I see that sight. And
Wow.
those deers on this tops of this mountain. There's not high mountain. It's just some kind of rocky place. It's a desert, basically. It's not that much of a rocks there, but this is very beautiful picture. So, yeah. So, what was the most valuable for you in this process?
I think just as we went through, that giving me these tools of handling it. It's just as you said, like to set free. It's that is a huge gift.
Thank you. And I know there those who are watching this video right now. So what would you like to tell them? Because I think it's the only reason they're watching it and they're interested in this topic is because they're suffering of this, some kind of pain inside their soul. So what could you tell us?
Well, I think all of us are dealing with pain and emotional pain, and there is, I think, different reasons for it. And it would be nice if well, one finds this and copy past it, but it doesn't work like that. Like just to I think that the work everyone has to do is to dare to stop and like look what's behind. And the reason might be so different, but it can also be a really beautiful journey to find out that. So, and to be honest, I think this is something that should be taught in school. Like we all need it to cope with life. But even as me, I'm 54, like it's never too late to find things and to find tools to live more to the full. So yes, I would encourage anyone. I think it's a great opportunity if you just have the possibility to take this journey. And I think it's amazing. We met for 6 times. So I really think, wow, why didn't I do it earlier? So yeah, I warmly recommend this journey for anyone. Life is life.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ylva. For me, it was so special to get to know you better, and you really kind of excited me and encouraged me to also dream to have this amazing experience that you were sharing about this, the Kilimanjaro, this journey on top of the mountain, or this amazing pure passion towards nature that you have. It really encouraged me so much, and the opportunity that you gave me, actually, that you trusted me with your life, with your thoughts and your feelings, was very precious, and I really appreciated this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to being able to travel so I could visit hospitals. So you could take me to this forest walk when you met the deers and this bicycle guy that you were sharing.
I'm so happy to be out again and to be able to walk again, even though it's but this dream of mine is like since Mars. I've been walking for a few hundred meters and then adding on, and yesterday I went 16 kilometers. So I'm training, and well, if God will, I will be up on that mountain when I'm 60. But during this journey here, I just want to enjoy and to grasp it. But I'm waiting for you. I hope you come.
Yeah, I hope too. I'm planning actually.
we are still close to each other, but this is also, I think, magic that we can, like through internet, be able to communicate and like wow, I think it's huge.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing and for just being so generous and open about your life.
And thank you for getting me through that waterfall.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? I actually, the last past weeks, I was thinking about how can I kind of condense all of it into some really practical and down to earth, some tool, as you said it. And I came up with this idea how to actually do it, and the way that actually it's now when I put it into this form, like this, I don't know, like a framework.
Yeah.
But a framework that is so simple and clear with the step that they could actually teach it at schools in the end, I hope.
Yes,
So I came up and I called it the helping hand.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, well, the journaling is always good.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're right in the situation, there is no opportunity to journal right there. Sometimes, because you're somewhere out or.
Yeah.
So I came up with this idea with this tool, and I called it helping hand. And it's if you only need your own hand, your own palm for that. Actually, I hope that we all have at least one arm. Yeah. Well, so we can, and when we feel pain, when we feel this emotional pain, we usually have this like our fist clenched. Yeah, like it's a metaphor also, like we have this tension, and then also it's in our body also. Yeah. And then when we have this pain, and it's like we clench our fist, and then to actually get free, we should open our palm again. And so the way the exercise, the tool goes is you open it finger by finger, like gradually, and you do these steps with the fingers. So the first one is the thumb, and you use it, the first you open the thumb, and it's to press the button stop. Like that's elevator, you know, like you should press stop. So it stops. So the pain when you clench your fist is not to run, as we did before. Actually, it's to start opening and opening the first finger, and we say stop, and it's time to stop. And then the pointing finger is to point where is it in the body, where this tension, where this pain reflected in our body, because then we can actually kind of narrow our attention and watch closely.
True.
And instead of running, we stop, and then we point with a pointing finger, not necessarily to that very part of the body, but the idea, the metaphor.
Yeah.
And then we start to kind of observe this pain in our body, and we try to kind of get to know this tension, this pain better. So we may think about what color is this tension, what form is it, how, like, what if I touch, what does it feels like, and so on. And then the center finger, it's like a pistol, like, you know, like you should find the thought behind this pain that is killing us, because we were not created to have this thought. Because it's killing us. This the very thought, this false thought, that this wrong thinking, this unhealthy thinking, defective kind of thinking, that we think this way out of unfulfilled needs or distorted picture of the world and our place in this world. So the 3 fingers already we have, and it's to find this killing thought. because we need to figure out what is there. And sometimes it takes several why. Like, why does it feel this way? And find meaning behind the meaning. Sometimes it's still some sequence of questions we're asking ourselves, but usually why is a good one. So why do I feel this way? What am I thinking about this whole situation? And why is that? And why is that? And finally, we will come to some ideas, some thoughts, like the core thought that's keeping us trapped, this kind of trap, the life trap thought, and that we just really should take the thought and see if we can kind of stop believing the thought. And how we can stop believing it is with the ring finger. It's a ring finger line. We have 4 rings. So we stopped, we pointed to where it's in the body, then we find the killing thought, and then we name the need, the core need behind this thought, behind this pain. So we think that we need something and we are not getting it. And that's painful. And the pain is because we falsely think that we can get it from outside. This value, this reasonable limits or boundaries or responsibility or help or something. And if we name this the need with this ring finger, like we kind of had to figure out that we can put a ring on this this need, and to say, hey, this is me, I'm taking responsibility to take care of myself, because I can do that, right? And then there are only 4 different options, whether it's value and acceptance, or it's reasonable limit, reasonable expectations, or it is realistic expectations, or reasonable limits or boundaries, or it's our kind of independency in a good way, autonomy, to be able to be autonomous. Or sometimes we actually need to start asking for help because we're new in some area of life. So it's only healthy to ask for help and not to be so autonomous, because this actually can fail us, our desire to be autonomous, when we can totally be still learning. So, and when we figure out this need and we put a ring on it, then we see the little finger, and the little finger means that there is we need to take care because it's little. So we decide what steps will we take to take care of the needs ourselves, that it's us who need to accept ourselves. It's us who should put reasonable expectations and not to push ourselves or other people so much. And it's only ourselves who can set these boundaries, the healthy boundaries, where we respect the boundaries in lives of other people and we have full responsibility over our lives. And then, of course, this healthy independence, when you know when to ask for help and you feel okay, it's not bad. And you know when it's your responsibility and you should, and it's your responsibility to do it on your own, sort of things, and make your own decision. So, and then you did this small baby step to take care, and now you have your own palm open.
Wow, that sounds so great.
Yeah. So I really excited that this idea finally kind of came to life, not as some kind of abstract set of abstract ideas and principles, but I really hope that I can, this way it'll be easier to understand for more people too.
I was laughing this morning when I was out in the woods. I went a little bit earlier. It was about 5 o'clock or just after 5. And there was this man coming with bicycle and signing the horn to me. And
that same man.
I just I just smiled and stepped away from the path. It was where it all started.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for having this conversation with me, and really hope that it will encourage many people to stop and think and let themselves feel.
And it's not too difficult, but you just have to start the journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So thank you, Ylva. Thank you, everyone who were watching, and let's keep in touch.
Yes. Thank you.